Malaysia-based Batik Air, a member of Indonesia's Lion Air Group, has joined national carrier Malaysia Airlines to say that it has not given consent for AirAsia Super App to include its services on the aforesaid app. It claims that AirAsia Super App had acted in an unauthorized manner by putting the airlines and Super Airjet's flights for sale on the app. In a statement, Batik Air said it wished to notify the public that Batik Air Malaysia and all the airlines within the Lion Air Group have not given any consent for AirAsia Super App to include their services in the app. The airline says it has demanded AirAsia Super App to immediately remove or delete all unauthorized products and services of the group and Super Airjet from the app, failing which it will seek legal redress. Earlier, Malaysia Aviation Group Managing Director Captain Izam Ismail confirmed that it has filed for an injunction to stop AirAsia from selling Malaysia Airlines tickets on AirAsia Super App as they were not able to reach a commercial agreement before this and they continued to sell their inventory. The matter was revealed earlier this week by Transport Minister Anthony Loke Siew Fook. Isham says AirAsia Super App is an online travel agency and that it takes seats from aggregators and consolidators, namely Kiwi.com, which is not Malaysia Airlines partner. Isham says the commercial agreement is important to protect consumers as it enables the sharing of information, allows airlines to contact customers in the case of a flight delay or cancellation, and provides avenues for customers to seek refunds. According to Isham, 60% of its inventory is sold directly by the national carrier on its website. About 25 to 30% are by travel agents, 5% by ticketing officers, while 12% are sold by OTAs like Expedia, among others. Supermax Corp's non-executive director Cecile Jacqueline Thai has resigned from her position following a disagreement with the Supermax board on several issues. According to Supermax's boss filing, Thai had expressed a dissenting voice on several matters discussed at board meetings. However, Supermax said the decision was carried by majority vote. Thai is the daughter of Datuk Sri Stanley Thai, who is executive chairman and major shareholder, and Datin Sri Cheryl Tan Bee Kyo. According to Supermax's annual report, she had been appointed Supermax's executive director on January 2, 2018, before being redesignated its non-independent non-executive director on February 28, 2022. She holds only 211,258 shares in the group. With a Bachelor of Arts degree in Economics from Northwestern University, as well as a Master of Business Administration degree from the University of Chicago, she previously worked with Mercer Investments, where she provided investment consulting services to Fortune 500 corporations throughout the US. The Ministry of Health will continue its concession agreement with Pharmaniaga for the provision of medicines and medical supplies to MOH facilities, despite the fact that it is currently classified as a Practice Note 17 affected listed issuer. Health Minister Dr. Zaliha Mustafa said that Pharmaniaga has been in a long-term concession agreement with the ministry, hence MOH will continue its relationship with the pharmaceutical company. She adds that MOH need them and it is their responsibility to continue the consensus with them as a GLC under the government. Pharmaniaga's wholly owned subsidiary, Pharmaniaga Logistics, was initially granted a concession agreement to supply public health facilities with medicines and medical supplies by the MOH in 1994. Its concession agreement with MOH was extended by 6 months last December until end June to facilitate a new agreement. When asked on the duration for the MOH to continue the concession agreement with Pharmaniaga, Dr. Zaliha disclosed that the concession will continue for another 10 years. Pharmaniaga fell into PN17 status after it recorded negative equity following its largest ever quarterly net loss of 664.39 million for its fourth quarter, despite revenue improving by 21.2% to 862.72 million ringgit. Pharmaniaga is 52% owned by Bausted Holdings, which in turn is 59.42% owned by Lembaga Tabung Angkatan Tentera, while LTAT has a direct 8.6% interest in the pharmaceutical company. Malaysia Aviation Group, parent company of national carrier Malaysia Airlines, says it is on track to break even this year after narrowing its net loss after interest and tax of 344 million for FY22 compared with a net loss of 1.65 billion in FY 2021. Total revenue nearly tripled to 10.75 billion for FY22 from 3.96 billion a year earlier. It achieved a net profit after interest and tax of 1.15 billion for the fourth quarter of FY 2022. MAG said this marks one of its best ever quarterly performances in the past 2 decades, which it attributed to robust demand for travel, higher yields across the passenger and cargo business segments, as well as effective cost management and cash flow optimization despite higher fuel prices and labour costs, a weaker ringgit and lower than pre-pandemic flight capacity levels. Group Managing Director Captain Isham Ismail says that despite MAG having emerged from the pandemic on a strong financial footing and charting an upward trajectory, there remains many areas for improvement, especially for on-time performance and customer experience. Isham says the travel demand outlook remains strong in the near term, although the macroeconomic environment remains very challenging, with sustained high fuel prices, volatile foreign exchange, higher operating costs, labour constraints, as well as recession and geopolitical risks. With China's border reopening in January 2023, Isham says Malaysia Airlines aims to regain the remaining capacity of its entire network, which currently stands at 85%, and fully recovering services to China and North Asia by end the first half of 2023. In line with its long-term business plan 2.0 and continuing growth of Firefly jet operations, Malaysia Airlines will be transferring in phases intra-Borneo services and Kota Kinabalu international services to Firefly as a result of continued positive demand recoveries across all markets. In terms of its fleet, MAG looks forward to taking delivery of 4 out of 25 Boeing 737-8 from the third quarter of 2023, which will see it deliver operational improvement directly with lower fuel cost and improved total network efficiency. The government has agreed to declare an additional public holiday in conjunction with Hari Raya Aidilfitri to make it easier for people to make preparations for the festival and return to their hometowns, said Prime Minister Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim. He says that if First Shawwal falls on Friday, the government would fix next Monday as an additional public holiday under Section 8 of the Holidays Act 1951 for Peninsular Malaysia and the Federal Territory of Labuan. If First Shawwal falls on Saturday, the government would fix Friday as the additional public holiday, he said in a press conference. Anwar says that for Sabah and Sarawak, the state governments can declare the public holiday for the relevant date in accordance with their respective public holiday ordinance. The official announcement of the date for celebrating Hari Raya Aidilfitri will be made on Thursday by the keeper of the ruler's seal. Meanwhile, the government also announced a free Rahmah toll for 4 days for all highway users in conjunction with this year's festivities. The PM said highway users will be enjoying toll-free rides to return to their hometowns from Wednesday to Friday and also next Monday. He said the free Rahmah toll initiative is applicable on 13 highways and for all classes of vehicles. Anwar also announced that between April 21st and May 21st, PDRM will be offering a special rate of 50 ringgit for the public to settle their traffic summonses issued before 2023.